This evening, family charged with $4.1 billion money laundering conspiracy in major crackdown. Opposition criticizes Guyana's 2023 budget for failing to address poverty, among other issues. West Bank man acquitted of 2018 murder of ex-lover. In the region, U.S. migration policy forces Cubans on risky boat trips to Florida. And internationally, Sri Lanka, thousands protest new tax hikes amid high inflation. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. We begin this evening's newscast with a major development. In a major crackdown against financial crimes, the Special Organized Crime Unit has charged a family from Hurstel in East Bank Demerara with a staggering 268 counts of money laundering and conspiracy to launder over $4.1 billion. The three accused individuals, Kenneth Kelawan Ramnarine, a taxi driver, Damien Brandon Ramnarine, a salesman, and Yvette Nalini Sarup, a businesswoman, were charged on Wednesday, February 8, 2023, after a close to 3 years long investigation. According to Assistant Commissioner Fazil Karimbash, head of Suku, the trio had conducted multiple suspicious transactions at several financial institutions in Guyana, leading to concerns about their involvement in money laundering activities. The investigations into the accused primarily revolved around large, unsubstantiated cash deposits made to Kenneth Ramnarine's business account. The sources of funds declarations submitted to the bank showed that the deposits were attributed to sales proceeds from biodegradable food boxes sold to local businesses, particularly Chinese restaurants. However, the head of Suku claimed that wire transfers amounting to over $3.7 billion were sent to 22 companies in China, disguised as payments for importing raw materials to produce biodegradable products. In contrast, other sums were disguised locally, totaling over $1.4 billion. The investigations reveal that the accused might have been operating as nominees for some Chinese businesses and facilitating tax evasions through Ken's trading enterprise. All three accused individuals were charged in contravention of the Anti-Money Laundering and Countering the Financing of Terrorism Act Chapter 1011 and were not required to plead to the indictable charge. Kenneth Ramnarine was charged with 41 money laundering charges, while Damien Ramnarine did not appear in court. His attorney undertook to surrender him soon to Suku. Yvette Sarup was charged with 134 money laundering charges and remanded to prison. Karimbash further stated that the accused attempted to flee the jurisdiction to the United States when they were arrested at the Chedijagan International Airport. Suku conducted several covert and overt investigations and operations, monitoring the suspects until enough evidence was collected beyond a reasonable doubt, leading to their eventual charges. The accused are slated to answer more charges of a similar nature, with Kenneth Ramnarine appearing in court today to answer another 93 counts of money laundering charges. On a different note, the government of Guyana has come under criticism from the opposition for its 2023 budget for failing to address the country's ongoing issues with poverty, the high cost of living, high inflation, and high unemployment levels. Leader of the opposition, Aubrey Norton, during a press conference earlier today, said the budget instead focused on infrastructural development, allocating $388 billion for capital expenditure, with most of the money going towards infrastructure projects such as roads and public buildings. Norton stated they are concerned about widespread corruption in the public procurement system, with calls for stricter financial oversight to minimize fraud and waste and to ensure an equitable allocation of contracts across all groups in society. He added that the Public Procurement Commission and the Office of the Auditor General are being urged to fulfill their mandates and ensure the transparency of the budget allocation and spending process. The opposition leader further added, allocation of government contracts has also been a source of controversy, with claims of political and ethnic discrimination in the awarding process. He said the Public Procurement Commission must work towards creating a fair and competitive contract award system. In other news, West Bank Demerara resident Lurik Fife was acquitted of a murder charge on Wednesday by a Demerara High Court jury. The 44-year-old man was accused of killing his ex-girlfriend Rosemary Roeder in 2018. The jury, after several hours of deliberation, reached a unanimous verdict of not guilty for the capital offense, leading Justice Simone Morris Ramlal to acquit Fife. 32-year-old Rosemary Roeder was a caterer from Eccles, East Bank Demerara, who had previously been in a relationship with Fife. On the night of March 30, 2018, Roeder visited Fife's Westminster home, where she saw him in the company of another woman, resulting in a heated argument. According to the prosecution, during the argument, Fife choked Roeder, causing her to collapse. He then left her lying motionless in the house and went to the police station to make a report. Roeder was later pronounced dead at the West Demerara Regional Hospital. A post-mortem examination showed Roeder died from a compression to the neck and blunt trauma to the head. Fife was represented by attorney Dexter Todd during the trial. Stick around when we return. Ghana launches 1,000 homes project using 100% Guyanese timber and labor, and new treatment options available locally for cancer and other diseases.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Cab Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Give your home or office some shine. Fortune Investment Company. We provide reliable commercial and residential professional cleaning services in Guyana. We clean homes and commercial offices. Other services offered are floor care and tile polishing, interior auto detailing services, power washing, weeding and cleaning, and carpet, couch, and mattress cleaning. We are committed to keeping your homes and offices squeaky clean. Call us now at 592-689-7558 or 592-639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jackson North Rumville, Georgetown, Guyana. Fortune Investment Company. When we say clean, we mean spotless.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Welcome back. The Ghana Defense Force is set to undergo a modernization and readiness enhancement program to better protect the country's territorial integrity and safeguard its natural and national assets. This was announced by the President, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, at the GDF Officers Conference opening ceremony at Base Camp Ghana on Wednesday. As part of the modernization effort, the government is looking to develop a modern Air Corps and Coast Guard, which are critical to the country's national security. The administration is also rethinking the way it approaches its challenges, including the type of aircraft needed and the length of runways required. Since August 2020, the government has invested heavily in the GDF, providing equipment and training to its personnel. The aim is to create a 21st century defense force with the necessary skills and knowledge to function efficiently. However, President Ali acknowledged that training is only effective if the attitudes of the personnel is positive. There are currently efforts underway to reposition the attitudes of individuals and the collective to the development of GDF and the country. However, he said there are still areas of inefficiency that needs to be addressed. In conclusion, the Modernization and Readiness Enhancement Program is important to strengthen the country's national security and safeguard its assets. The government is committed to providing the necessary resources and support to the GDF to help it carry out its mandate efficiently. In other news, exclusive access to eco-friendly luxurious living is now just months away from becoming a reality for young professionals in Guyana. The government of Guyana facilitates the new lifestyle, which will see an exotic blend of natural landscaping and modern architecture. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali made the announcement on Wednesday afternoon while speaking at the launch of the Duraville 1000 Homes project at Durable Woods Products Incorporated in Land of Canaan, East Bank, Demerara.
In order to celebrate the luxury of wood, we'll be embarking on our first luxurious wooden home settlement in Guyana, where only those who want luxury will reside. Focusing on young professionals. We intend to work on a specific project of 50 homes, all wooden, going back to our colonial style heritage mixed with modern architecture. Building a first completely green, eco-friendly, resort style luxury housing using our local wood.
The fully green resort-style houses will give young professionals a rustic living experience. Not only will the settlement be constructed using 100% Guyanese timber and labor, but it will also feature trees sourced from Guyana's forests to give its residents a fully rustic living experience. Through collaborations between the government and local companies, construction of the new settlement is slated to begin in the next 3 months. Staying with current events, the Woodlands Hospital in Guyana has officially launched stem cell therapy and immunotherapy treatment options for patients suffering from degenerative and neurological diseases, including Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, arthritis, and cancer. Dr. Pramod Tembi, internal medicine specialist and fellow in stem cell and regenerative medicine, said he has benefited from the treatment and is happy to bring it here. Stem cells are unspecialized cells that can grow and regenerate into different cell types like muscle cells, heart cells, or neurological cells based on the patient's needs. They can be found in various body parts such as bone marrow, fat, umbilical cord, embryonic fluid, muscle, brain, and more. Dr. Tembi explained that stem cells could regenerate and renew, making them a valuable tool in treating degenerative and neurological diseases. On the other hand, immunotherapy can treat several diseases including cancer by helping the immune system target and kill cancer cells. Dr. Tembi also mentioned that the Woodlands Hospital is in talks with government and insurance companies to make these treatment options more affordable. The hospital is offering these options through a collaboration with Fidelity Healthcare Limited, a registered medical company in Trinidad and Tobago. Don't go away after the break. Chile heatwave threatens to worsen wildfires, authorities warn, and U.S. migration policy forces Cubans on risky boat trips to Florida.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Give your home or office some shine. Fortune Investment Company. We provide reliable commercial and residential professional cleaning services in Guyana. We clean homes and commercial offices. Other services offered are floor care and tile polishing, interior auto detailing services, power washing, weeding and cleaning, and carpet, couch, and mattress cleaning. We are committed to keeping your homes and offices squeaky clean. Call us now at 592-689-7558 or 592-639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jackson North Rumville, Georgetown, Guyana. Fortune Investment Company. When we say clean, we mean spot.
Cubans are leaving the country in record numbers. Last year, more than 250,000 fled Cuba, hoping to get to the United States. And while most leave by plane, many others try their luck at sea. Juan Cruz is one of them. After spending months building a boat, last month he left with a group of friends, his 2 children, and the family dog. But he was intercepted by the US Coast Guard and sent back. Cruz said he wanted to leave Cuba because of the economic problems, not for political reasons.
The economy has never been good here, but since the pandemic things have gotten 3 times worse.
He's also critical of the United States for its sanctions against the island nation. Juan and his family departed from the town of Baracoa, a place where more than 1,000 other Cubans have tried to leave. Roger Garcia has tried to make it to the US 11 times by sea. He has a tattoo for every failed attempt.
My motor has broken down before, and I've spent days in the high seas with a bottle of water to share between 8 people. I have seen friends of mine die.
It's genuinely hard to find people under 40 in this town who say they don't want to leave. Right now, people are secretly making boats in their houses and in the nearby woods. Over the last 12 months, hundreds of rickety vessels have departed from these shores. So many that locals have given their town a nickname, Terminal 3. The Biden administration recently unveiled a shift in migration policy that would allow up to 30,000 migrants per month from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua and Venezuela to enter the US and be able to work legally for up to 2 years. The US Embassy in Havana is once again processing immigrant visas after being shuttered for 5 years. But along with the carrot, there's stick. In order to qualify for the program, migrants must apply in their home countries and pass a background check. But that won't stop those unable to get a visa from trying to get there.
What's my plan right now? As soon as I get the chance, I'm leaving.
Plenty more people in this town are equally determined to keep making the perilous voyage. Ed Augustin, Al Jazeera, Baracoa, Cuba.
Meanwhile, Chilean President Gabriel Boric is appealing for international help to deal with fast-spreading wildfires. The blaze has already killed 24 people and destroyed entire towns. A heatwave in Chile's south-central region is threatening to intensify the fires. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman has more.
Day and night, firefighters are struggling to combat forest and bushfires in south-central Chile. A stifling heat wave and strong winds are driving flames north and south, destroying thousands of homes, schools, and crops. This isn't the first time for Enrique Narvaez.
The wildfires in 2011 burnt my house, all my trees, everything. I was left with my arms crossed, and now I don't want to go through the same again. That is why I'm here, in case something happens.
So far, there have been at least 24 confirmed deaths. Scores are missing, which is why the government is warning people to heed evacuation notices immediately.
Active fires can advance 27 kilometers an hour, and people can't escape on foot fast enough when the fire arrives. It's impossible to save their lives if they don't evacuate in an opportune fashion.
Worse yet, many people live in remote areas where mobile phone coverage has been interrupted and where firefighters can't reach them to warn them to leave before it's too late. Chile's calls for help are being met. Overnight, a team of Colombian firefighters specializing in forest fires arrived to join hundreds from Mexico, Spain, and Brazil. But the fires are still spreading out of control, sending smoke in all directions. What you would normally see here is a bright summer's day, but the winds are pushing the smoke from south-central Chile north towards the capital, Santiago. Authorities are warning people not to exercise outdoors and to keep their windows closed to prevent the smoke and ash from getting in their homes. People who have lost their homes to the fire are asking authorities to declare a night curfew to prevent thieves from taking the little they have left for rebuilding. So far, the flames have not reached towns or cities, but the fear is that the fires could spread quickly to densely populated areas like Viña del Mar and Valparaíso, where the destruction would be incalculable. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Santiago.
And internationally, thousands of Sri Lankan workers took to the streets on Wednesday to protest new tax laws. The measures have reduced people's income, and at a time they are struggling to make ends meet. Al Jazeera's Manili Fernandez reports.
Angry, frustrated, and helpless, these people say the government is not listening. Thousands of workers from the state and private sectors held demonstrations in Colombo on Wednesday. Among them, doctors, engineers, port and oil refinery workers, and bankers. They say unfair taxes have pushed them to the brink.
Taxation is a part of a civilized society. We have to pay taxes, and we have been paying our taxes throughout the time. So the problem is, when you bring up a tax policy, it should reflect what is the intentions and what will be the outcome of the tax. The collected money should be spent wisely to the betterment of the society. But we cannot see such things are happening.
Mismanagement, corruption, the pandemic that followed devastating bomb attacks in 2019, and unsustainable debt have pushed Sri Lanka into an economic tailspin. In the year up to August 2022, the rupee lost nearly 45% of its value. Public anger over shortages of basics and long queues for goods and services resulted in the resignation of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa in July last year. His Prime Minister and now President Ranil Wickremesinghe delivered his policy speech at the reopening of Parliament on Wednesday. He stressed the need for economic reform.
The government's brief should be to direct the private sector towards business and stay in the background. The government should only get involved in regulatory activity, public amenities, and maintaining law and order.
Wickremesinghe said he is ready to take unpopular decisions for the benefit of the country. He listed changes to laws and regulations and told the House that if people could endure the hardships for another 5 to 6 months, a solution could soon be found. But on the streets, protesters dismissed his promises as fairy tales. That's a description Wickremesinghe used to describe pledges made by those he said were obstructing the country towards poverty.
People expecting any sign of relief in President Ranil Wickremesinghe's policy address were disappointed. He repeated calls for people to endure austerity and cut back. But many are angry and say they're struggling to survive amid high inflation, tax increases and high interest rates. Minel Fernandez, Al Jazeera, Colombo.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day wind forecast. This concludes today's Headline News Update. Tune in tomorrow, Friday at 5:30 p.m. with our next broadcast. For more news and updates, you can visit our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.